In the past year, my 12-year-old has been having dreams about Jesus' return. The first two are what it looks like here on earth after he calls his bride up, and the third is us on the clouds with Jesus. I will give you just the short version of what he shared with me. Okay, so the first dream he had was of after Jesus's return. He said, "Mom, it was awful. There were fires everywhere, all over the streets. There was empty cars. People were running everywhere like crazy." He said there was police and military, and they were shooting people and gunshots everywhere. And he said they were trying to get this one man, and the man kept pulling away and trying to run. And I said, "Did the man get away?" He said, "Yeah, he got away. But then I woke up, so I don't know what happened to him." Now, the second dream he had, he describes as being like in a pawn shop atmosphere. He said it was just he and this one other man in this shop, and they were hiding behind the counter. And the man had a gun, and he was telling him to get down because it was just chaotic outside and they were being chased after. And he said they were being chased after by, it was famous people on puppet strings. So this dream, I can't even get my son to talk about anymore, so it must have been really scary. So I kind of leave him alone. Now, this third dream he actually had the same night he had the second dream. And he said, "Mom, we were all standing in the clouds and it was thousands and thousands of people. And then all of a sudden, he said there was this huge staircase that came down, and Jesus came walking out through the clouds." He said, "Mom, Jesus was huge, and all the people lifted their hands up and started screaming and cheering for him." And he said there was this huge mountain with like streams of gold and sparkling diamonds coming down it, and it was beautiful. Okay, so those are three of my son's dreams. And you're probably wondering why I'm looking out into my backyard, and I just have to share because I find it too much of a coincidence not to. So, as I was filming and editing and narrating the video of his dreams, I was standing in this spot. Actually, though, I was facing these blinds right here. And I had just finished up, and I turned over my right shoulder because I was done. And I planned on keep going like this, but then something caught my eye and I looked back. And right there, out in the grass, was a black snake just sitting there with its head raised. Not moving, still as can be, with its head raised, almost like it was looking at me. It was very strange. So I had my phone in my hand and I hit record and I went out into the yard, but as soon as I opened the door, it took off across the lawn. And I thought I videoed it. It went into those purple flowers over there. I thought I caught it, going from here across the lawn into there. But even when I slowed it down on my phone as much as I possibly could, I cannot see anything. So I just find it really strange. It's happened to me before. This is the second time. The first time we were in our old home, and I was praying, and I looked out the front window, and up in one of my big hibiscus flowers, I thought it was a branch blowing in the wind. Only there was no wind. And it was a snake crawling in and out of these branches. Now, we don't have climbing snakes where I'm from. They're ground snakes. We don't, have boas and stuff like that. So, I could be wrong, but it was up in the bushes climbing around. So the fact that this happened again, and then it was so still, sitting out there, I don't know. Like I said, we could chalk it up to a coincidence. I personally believe it's a little bit more. See, I had veered off the path or kind of pulled away a little bit, wasn't praying to Jesus, wasn't communicating with God like I should, and trying to get back on track, and He's always so faithful and good to forgive us of our sins. He loves us so much. I know He's coming soon. So I just had to share that. When you give your life to Jesus, are you trying to get back in communion with Him and talk to Him? Satan doesn't want that. He wants to put fear in you because you're becoming a threat. So regardless, I appreciate you watching. God bless. Jesus is coming soon, so let's be ready. Thanks.